If you're late to call the truce, you think you're tough. Bro, please, you C's, you D's, you act with me. Your only friends are wrecked with fleas. What the hell's is your problem? You creepy crawling cook, menace to your profession, leprechaun with no luck. Plot and tribulation, witness intimidation. Good luck explaining that in Fed litigation. It's too late to call the truce, you think you're tough. Well, please, you C's, you D's, you act with me. Your only friends are wrecked with fleas. What the hell's is your problem? You creepy crawling cook, menace to your profession, leprechaun with no luck. Plot and tribulation, witness intimidation. Good luck explaining that in Fed litigation. It's too late to call a truce, you think you're tough. Well, please, you C's, you D's, you act with me. Your only friends are wrecked with fleas. Stalking Northport folks with fifth threats, blow smoke, scaring boomers like a jerk. No wonder you're out of work. Lies and harassment, it's all desperation. Gotta silence opposition. What a joke. Witness intimidation. Silence that opposition. Witness intimidation. Yo bro, how low can you go?
You're a real sorry case, honey. Think about your own self. That's all you think about. Bruce, 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 Bruce. You're the fucking asshole, you jerk. I hate your guts.
Oh God, I forgot about that one. It's been so long.
I haven't
since
heard
we
that one in a
played
long
it.
time. I was like, wait a minute, oh yeah, I remember this.
Well, and that was even the remastered version of it. That wasn't even the original. The original one, but then I made a new one and I put the his voicemail at the end.
Yeah, the
What?
AI.
I totally forgot I had that in there. God, that's funny. Those of you who missed that chapter of this scenario, this long-winded story that's gone on for more than a year now, Bruce once had a YouTube channel where he posted the most bizarre thing I think anyone has ever posted. The most bizarre self-own I've ever seen. This man posted hate voicemails he received from someone he pissed off so badly that she called his voicemail in his messy, dirty office and he played it on his boombox just to tell him how much she hated him. It's like, and he thought that was some kind of, I don't know. What did he think that he was doing there?
I don't know, man. It was so bizarre. It was so
bizarre, but he deserves the ribbing for it because
oh yeah.
He's in the news again today, folks. He's come to my attention again. And why is that? Well, Bruce has his little panties in a wad. And for those of you who are maybe just catching up, Bruce is the guy that, and that's why we call him that, by the way, because that poor woman on his voicemail was like, Bruce, it's all about you. Bruce. He was the former attorney of Lynette Preston and Preston v. Hales v. Preston in federal court. And before he ran away like a scared little boy, a scared crying little girl, he ran away from the judge who was going to sanction the hell out of him. He had entered into the case allegedly pro bono to help a poor, disabled, elderly woman who said that if a popular YouTuber was stalking and harassing her. But it turned out that the only person who got an order for stalking and harassing was Lynette Preston and her ex-husband, John Cook. And that order is still alive and well in Ohio, and they violated it several times, and they've been held in contempt of court. And so Bruce decided to get in on this case. But, you know, that wasn't his first move, was it, Tug? What was his first move? Do you recall?
Oh yeah. I remember. Although for me, I actually missed the first moves. You know, I didn't even notice them.
It turns out that my biggest nemesis, you know, this man who's obsessed with me and who hates me and can't stop thinking about me, which also seems a little creepy. And like, I'm not sure if it's hate or love at this point. I mean, there's a fine line between love and hate. He used to be,
am I feeling?
he used to be a super fan of mine. Did you know that?
I'm not surprised actually. The way he acts, that makes a lot of things make sense, to be honest.
Yeah, he used to be a super fan, and he would write me these long letters begging and pleading to come on my show.
Oh.
And he would give me compliments about my investigative skills, which is really funny because of what we're about to read. So let's pull it out. If you guys saw the thumbnail, you know that tonight's show is about Bruce, a certain lawyer. And now we have like several lawyers in this case, by the way. We have like 3 of them. 3 lawyers. So when you say lawyer now, it's like, well,
yeah, you have to be. You're like, well, yeah, I've got to make sure people understand who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna be specific because we could be talking about one of 3 different either ex or former or retire lawyers, not retired, but retire. If you know, you know. But yeah, so I posted this, and I'm glad we're talking about this tonight, actually, because this is a really important topic, and I don't post on the Facebook page very often, the one that all these morons think is Jeremy Hales's page, which it isn't. And if you want to know what Jeremy Hales's page is, Hales is spelled with a money sign. And on the fake page that somebody created, and nobody knows who, there is no money sign for the S. But it tries to look like his page. Well, I don't post there very often, but when I do is when I have something to say. Now, you all know that maybe a week or 2 ago, I asked you guys, you know, amateur investigators out there, to help me join the war effort, help me dig, because Luthman declared war on all of us. He declared war on me specifically and on my family. Lickman wants us all to, I don't know what kind of harm he wants to bring me, but he posted and created revenge prawn. And, you know, he's connected. Bruce brought him into this. Bruce brought him in. Yeah. And we have proof of that. And he was notified on what kind of guy this is, but he decided to bring him in anyway. So I asked you guys for help. I asked you guys for tips, and I asked you to send those tips to the ecosystem tips at gmail.com. What I wasn't specific about, though, was if you found anything, you know, that was interesting or, you know, important, to maybe refrain from posting it in public because of the repercussions it could have for the investigation itself. When we do investigations like this, I'm an investigative journalist. I've been doing this for 30 years. You know, I've been saying 20 years, Tug. That's how old I am. I have lost a decade, and I've been saying that I've been doing this for 20 years, but the truth is it's closer to 30. It's like 28 years.
Oh my God. Guess who else is in your comments there? Did you look through all the comments?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh my God. I just found another one that's pretty awesome.
Oh, great. Well, I can't wait to get to it. So I decided, because I wasn't clear about the tips and how it works, and some people are doing things, well, one person in particular, that's very unhelpful to an investigation, that I thought I should be more clear about what I was asking for. So I decided to post this on the Facebook page. And I don't know why it says I'm a top contributor. I've literally posted there twice. So this is my second post. How do you become a top?
Look at anything? Have you liked anything there? Or?
Yeah, I've liked things.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
I think liking and looking at stuff, I think that makes you a contributor. Yeah, I don't think you have to actually post, because I've got a decent contributor number, because I go over there and look at stuff that people post. You know, I mean, the ecosystem's over there, and they do some crazy stuff too. You know, so I go and look what people post, but I also look at what these ecosystem weirdos are doing.
I pay attention to what's going on over there. I read that page for sure. I just don't post there very often. This was like my second, maybe third post. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to say, and I thought we'd go over it tonight. But also, what happens is, where the hell did it go? What just happened? I moved my screen. Oh no! Now I've lost where I was.
No, Megan.
Hold on, please. Hold, please.
Here's the. I think this link will do. Let's see if that link will open to it. I just put one in the private chat.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see if
I was capturing screenshots from that post. So I've got it pulled
No,
up.
it doesn't. It doesn't open right to it. It's really annoying. I just lost it. I hate Facebook.
Facebook, yes.
I freaking hate Facebook.
If I pull the share link on it, here, try this one more time.
Try that. Yeah, give me the share link.
I'm doing a share link on it.
I
tried the group. All right, try that one. That should be the direct one. All right.
That worked. Okay, that worked. It's just taking forever to load. I didn't know if I was going to have internet today. We had they said we had weather and my internet went down and I was like, what weather? It was raining softly. There was no thunder, no wind, nothing. Just a little rainy, soft rain.
It's funny if you mentioned that. We had, the sky fell out down here. So it was like, well, about that.
So we have here my post 23 hours ago. So this will help to clarify what it was that I was asking for and also address something that's going on the Facebook page that really shouldn't be going on. Oh, you're right. I didn't post on locals. You guys, I've been out of town. I am so sorry. I will take care of that in a down moment and I will do that. I'm so sorry, locals. I'm out of practice. Gosh darn it. But I do have 2 new buttons that I can't wait to debut, but I have to be in just the right spot for the comedic value to take over. So stay tuned for the new buttons. And also, by the way, we have a Rumble exclusive for you guys tonight. And you know what that means. That means get your super chats and your super tips in early.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be worth it.
Oh, it's going to be a good one tonight.
And don't forget, if you have not tried super tips are so fun. Supertip.gg/Megan Fox uses AI voices for satire and I'm going to sneeze. Nope, it's gone. Okay. Satire and parody purposes only. It is not a real voice. It's just a computer voice using your words to tell me what you think about things, just like this. Thanks, Joan, for the let me see. Wait, let me change the screen so you guys can see it. I have to change the screen real quick. All right. Joan sent $10. Thanks, Joan.
I am laughing at the ecosystem I created. I will be the last man stranding.
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 I like that, actually.
And Muppet Man Dwayne Rapp.
We love that umbrella guy.
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 What the Hales is going on here? No more scent trash bags for you people.
We love that umbrella guy.
We love that umbrella
do it again.
guy.
We love that umbrella guy.
We love that umbrella guy.
What the Hales is going on here? No more scent trash bags for you people. Sometimes it repeats itself. And then you can also send texts, like text super chats on Super Tips. Cynic and Chief sent one for $5. I'm not going to put it up on the screen at the moment because there's a glitch that if I put one up on the screen, just the chat one, like a text, it won't come down until the next one comes in. So on the next round, I will read that one. So right now, if you haven't tried Super Tips, make sure you do because they're a new company. It's a YouTube creator who created the company, and they share 90% of the profit with YouTube creators. And they only take 10%, which I think is awesome. And it's way better than YouTube. But also, if you're a YouTuber and you want to send super chats the old fashioned way, please do it because super chats are also cool. And we like supporting YouTube when YouTube does good things. Allie Kermit Lips, thanks for the Australian 3. Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what we're doing on Rumble tonight? A certain Legally Lips Muppet, our favorite Muppet, our favorite inflatable lipped Muppet, has made some claims that she was a neutral observer, that she was unbiased, that she reached out to me on April 27th, which is true. She did. And I ignored her because I don't respond to psychos in my inbox who, post walls of text at me. And she said, though, a bunch of lies in that email. She said that she was willing to hear all sides of the story, etc., blah, 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 blah. But we have proof that that's not true. And we're going to show some of that extremely weird proof on Rumble later on. and you're not gonna want to miss it.
That is so weird. For the longest time, I never paid attention to it because I'm like, who cares? And then looking at some of the stuff she does, and oh my god, man. Oh, it reads like mental illness.
I know. It's not good. It's not good. And while there may be mental illness that is part of this problem, that is not an excuse for treating people. It's never an excuse for treating people in a terrible way, and for breaking laws and posting revenge porn. And it's just not okay. And your excuse that, oh, it was satire, bitch, please.
It's not satire and I know it.
Thank you to whoever sent that to me today. Someone actually recorded that for me. It's not satire and I know it. Oh my God. I love it. I'm going to play it all the time. You're going to get so sick of this.
It's not satire and I know it.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay. Sorry. That's my first new button of the evening.
Oh my God. Did you see that post where Radis put up the inflatable doll dancing and her dance beside us?
I did. And I will say
you should pull that on the Rumble.
Pull that up.
On the Rumble,
yes,
man.
We will play that on Rumble. Who did it better?
Yeah.
The inflatable
that was really
balloon
funny.
or Legally Lips?
Oh my God.
I do love a good dance, though. I do love dancers. I think people who do physical activity is good for you. I would encourage Lips to continue her dancing career and leave this YouTube thing to YouTubers. I mean, have a dance channel or something. Do something positive, because what you're doing right now is not positive.
Have a dance channel.
Around,
which personality? Yeah, but which personality should have one? I mean, Jesus, there's, I for real. I mean, I'll ask her, since she likes to watch stuff too. How many freaking sock accounts are you running, lady? Because I'm pretty damn sure I've already counted just on that board that I know for sure you are 4 of them for sure.
Oh,
like
and
100%.
my favorite part is when she likes likes her own posts, likes her puppet accounts, and then talks to her puppet accounts. She's having like a 4-way conversation with
she'll talk to her fake accounts through another fake account.
Oh,
and
it's the
it's
funniest thing you've ever seen.
Well, it reminds me, so you remember back in the Herd thing with that one quote unquote super fan of hers that built the chat bot that could talk to, and pretend to be Amber Heard. That's what this behavior reminds me of a lot of times. It's like, what in the world?
Oh, she's very, very happy with her sock puppets, and she enjoys them. And you know what? I approve of that. I approve of talking to your own made up sock puppets, as long as you're saying nice things about people and not defamatory fake things. I don't know.
The thing that I hate about that, though, is a lot of people don't seem to understand the level of fake accounts there, and they'll get in arguments with people that aren't real. I'm like, that's not a real person you're arguing with. You can look at it and tell that's not a real person. If it starts with anonymous anyway, typically over there right now, it is not a real freaking person.
All right. And here's the bizarre thing is that she keeps writing. I mean, she keeps writing as this guy named George Brown, which I'm a little concerned. It's got the vibes of Chase J. Jones is what that says to me. It's got Chase J. Jones vibes. If you know. But Laura Owens used to pretend to be a journalist of color named Chase J. Jones, and who would try to make Clayton Echard look like a racist. And that was something in the Owens investigation that we found that was just crazy. And this George Brown thing sort of had that flavor, but she admitted right away that it's her. So it's like, wait, then why are you talking to yourself in the third person?
George Brown, though? What? Remember when they were talking about how things are racist and phobic and all that?
Yeah. Oops. Oh, shoot. I hit the stupid button again.
Brown.
No,
Brown.
stop. I'm looking for my light button and I hit the wrong things. I'm sorry. Brown. Going down.
Well, you know,
down.
I kept thinking, since they love to bring that up, usually it's an admission of something that they're about, you know. Everything they accuse other people of has been an admission in some way. So, George, what's the only George that we know? Let me see. And then on top of that, how did John Cook go after her? What did he go specifically after? Skin tone, religion. So, brown, I see. So it just seems like a George shot to me.
It could be, but I do sometimes wonder, because she talks about herself in the third person all the time. Does she forget that she's talking to alt accounts that she made? And I think I'm going to ask the Magic 8-Ball this question. All right, hold on. I've got my Magic 8-Ball here. I got to ask the question. Does Lips know that she's talking to herself? Let's see. My sources say no. Well, that's
well, there you go.
There you go.
That's
she
it.
Doesn't that does make more sense than yes, because if she did know, that's also disturbing. She doesn't know might be a little less disturbing, and maybe there's some excuse. Okay, so let's get to the post. This is the post that I made. I'm going to read it to you. But it made the ecosystem go wild.
Oh man! Well, look in there.
Tinfoil hats out though for their explanation of this.
Yeah, I don't know. This is so bizarre. All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Please note, I am in the middle of a sensitive investigation. If you have tips, do not post them on Facebook if you want to help. Send them to ecosystemtips@gmail.com. Do not just post everything you find here in public. There are things that should remain offline, and if you trust my investigation so far, you should trust that I know what those things are. Do not make those decisions yourself. Your actions could disrupt a very sensitive and important investigation. It is never okay to post private family information in a public group. Never. Anyone who is doing that is not helping, but is harming. And if you have done this, please delete your posts. If you think something is important, then send it to ecosystemtips@gmail.com and let the professionals handle it. I want you to imagine me holding a wooden spoon, by the way, while I'm giving you this speech. Okay, the wooden spoon. I've got it here. I want you to imagine
not the wooden spoon.
That I'm holding it over you as I'm saying this. I appreciate everyone who has sent tips to the tip line. Try to think ahead and weigh the consequences of posting private information. It was unconscionable what the ecosystem did to my family, which was dox me, post pictures of my house, my children, my child's name, my husband's name, my full address. That's unconscionable. Do not do it to others. Do not drag innocent people into this mess. And remember that if you do, you may be on the receiving end of a police investigation or a lawsuit. I have no control over what anyone here does or posts. So police yourselves. Please control your impulses. What some of you have done could have long-ranging consequences for many people you did not intend to harm. Whoever runs this page should police it better and take down posts that dox. If the owner of this page is ever unmasked, they're going to have a lot of explaining to do. Oh, that was my post. Pretty reasonable, right?
It sounds very reasonable. Hey, don't dox. Send things over if you find it and let people figure out how it works into stuff.
Right. I've been doing this for a really long time, 30 years almost, 28 years. I've been an investigative journalist. I've been learning how to research, learning how to talk to sources, learning how to make relationships, learning how to, and I went to journalism school too. I took a bunch of classes to do this. And I think it's important. Yes, everyone can contribute to telling a story. But it's important that you know what's ethical and what isn't. And it's really not okay to post private information in a public place. It's just not. It's not okay. And that has been happening to some people connected to Lips. And that's really not okay, especially when, if there are relationships building, if there are, if there are people who are trying to reach out, you don't want to scare them off, and you don't want to make them feel like this is a bad environment. So,
well, a lot of people also think that is Jeremy Hale's, that somehow connected to him legitly. And, that really was the intention for that group to go up. When it was first created, although, we argue about who put it together. Was it scammers just wanting attention because people came over there, or was it something much more nefarious, let's say?
Well, right. And there are people who think that it is related to or connected to Jeremy Hale's, which it isn't. Yeah. But that was part of the defamation, right? It's part of the destruction of his reputation, is to make these fake Facebook pages with his name on it. And so anyway, I wanted to be on the record saying I don't endorse doxing ever. And I don't want that happening. And I hope that you all will be careful. And I hope that you will not do those things. I hope that you will send tips to me. Send it to me. Send it to my team. Send it to people who will go through it and use it in an ethically responsible way. Because no matter what these people do to me, I will never do the same sorts of things back to them. I will only do what's legal and what's ethical. I don't behave that way. Now put on your tinfoil hats. Are you ready for this? You're going to have to put your tinfoil hats on. Everybody get your tinfoil hats out, because it's conspiracy time. Do I have some creepy space music? I mean, we can play Mars. Get your space hats on, folks, because we're going to Mars. Mars.
You've got to go somewhere. You got to get the glue factory or something for this, man.
Because the ecosystem, I mean, Felisa was off her rocker last night, freaking out that me putting this up was a dog whistle to the people on Facebook to dox more people.
What? Hey guys, I've noticed some bad behavior up here that I really don't like. Let's not do anything like that. I know we can't control this group, but no doxing. Oh my God, it's totally calling for people to dox.
Yeah, that's what she's telling people. That this is dog whistling. This is like that. This is like those people who see white supremacy and everything, where it's like the OK symbol. Oh my God, you're a Nazi.
Yeah. Are those street markings? Remember that? Where they're like, oh my no, those are the Yahtzee symbol.
Oh my no. And like, I don't know how much clearer I could be to say, this thing is unacceptable. It happened to me and it was unconscionable. Don't ever do it to others. I don't endorse this. I think you're shit if you do it. And then they're literally saying, she's telling them in secret code. This is a secret code to do more doxing. What?
These people. It's the yacht sticker. You're like, what?
I'm denouncing that right now, and I'm telling you very seriously, wooden spoon in hand, I will pull this chat over. I will smack you all silly if I see any more doxing anywhere from any of my people. Now, I don't know if the person who did it was one of my people. I have my deep reservations.
Yeah.
That person, the person I'm thinking of who did the thing that the person did, is not someone who is rational or reasonable, because I tried to talk to them and talk some sense into them, and it did not work. So I'm walking away thinking this is not a friendly, and that's all I can say about that. But and that's just my take on it. That's my thought. However, I know most of you really do want to help. And so just keep in mind that not everything should be out there publicly. Not everything should be posted to a public Facebook page. And if you send it to me, I promise that if it is worthwhile, if it is useful, it will get used and it will be helpful. And if it doesn't get used or not used right away, take heart. That doesn't mean you won't ever see it. It just means that we're working on it. and we're verifying it. See, verification is a very important thing in journalism, right? You got to verify. You got to check your sources. I try not to go forward with anything without having the facts. And I do need to make a correction, by the way. I need to make a correction, Tug. So the other night I said that Jeremy Hale's son had taken his video down, which he did for quite a while. And he did not want people reposting it. He took it down. He made it private. Now, I don't stalk Jeremy Hale's son. It's not in my daily task list to go and check on his YouTube page that has one video to stalk and see what he's doing all the time. I don't do that. It appears that he at some point made that video public again. So it went from private to public. I don't know when. And it won't tell you on YouTube when it went from private to public. So it just has the original upload date. But it definitely was not there for a very long time. And I don't know how long.
It's like this. And the people who I'm talking to, I'm going to be vague about this for a moment. But I know these ecosystem weirdos listen. Do you all really like that approach? Because many of you have some very sordid skeletons in your closet, things that we are tripping over right now. And holy God. I mean, we've talked about the word bombshell before, but I feel like we are on a massive one, something that just, it blows everything else out of the water.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. And, I feel like I've been accused of lying about that particular video. It's not a lie. I just don't stalk his kid. So I don't know when he made a video from private to public, but I do know that he made it private and he asked people not to share it. And he asked people to take down their resharing of it, and they didn't. So he probably decided to put it back up because they didn't do that. So, why not get the hits on it, get the views on it yourself? But I don't know, because I haven't spoken to him, and I don't intend to, because this was never about Jeremy Hale's children, and it should not have been. This was a dispute between two neighbors, and that's where it should have stayed. Okay, so let's get to the comments, because the comments are hilarious. And oh Lord, what is that?
Guess who's in there? Like, scan through them and look at them. Actually, scan through and let's see.
Well, wait. Should we? I need to go to all, because I don't have all set. Should we do newest? Maybe we should do newest.
Just roll down. Well, you know what? It'll show different ones each time. So
does it
I want to see if
really?
somebody's blocked for you. If not, then let's see. Now there's a main one. I want to see if it shows up for you.
Oh, this one got a lot of replies. Holy cow!
Yeah, well, look at all they're anonymous accounts though, and there's some people that run a lot of accounts. So I wonder, did it really get a lot of replies, or is it just 1 to 3 people just posting over and over again?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Let me see if I see
Lord.
that one. If not, I'll pull up the screenshot for you.
I haven't seen a bunch of these. I haven't even read this.
Oh, like there, a bunch of them. I just get this weird feeling, and I can base it on something too. That a lot of it is tied to the same.
285. No, what is this? Okay, let's see.
I'm looking for a specific name. I don't see it though. Okay, well, scroll all the way.
There's more replies.
Yeah, there's just one specific one.
I don't. I don't. Oh,
I don't want to ruin this.
Okay.
There's Bruce. Yeah. But
here's Bruce's crash out. Okay, so here comes Bruce. You need to read this. You need to do your Bruce voice.
Oh my God, Megan, you are so horrible. Investigating what? What's funny is he's like, oh my God, she posted. I couldn't touch her words publicly.
Yeah, right. This is the only way that he can interact with me, is if I post something on Facebook.
Oh my God. He's like,
I
well,
won't respond to his emails.
Man, you should ask him if you'd be like, do you really want another yoga video that bad?
I think maybe that's it. Maybe he's mad I haven't done another one.
It is. That's what it is all about. He's like, if I bully her, he tried reverse psychology and he's mad because, well, he's a dumbass. This stuff doesn't work like that. Investigating what? It's just contrived nonsense as you continue to milk this fake story. Oh my God, Megan. You can't even articulate what you're supposedly investigating because it's nothing.
Wait. Why would I tell you what I'm investigating? Why would I tell you?
Because it's nothing, Megan.
But why would I tell you? Like, clearly my
Holy
investigation
shit.
is not open for public consumption right now.
That's
I'm
so
deciding
funny.
when the information I have is going to be public. This investigation I'm doing is I have a lot of information, and I mean a lot of it, that I have not made public. And some of it may not ever be made public. We'll see. Because I have standards and I have ethics, and some of it, depending on sources, etc., who aren't comfortable, it might not ever be made public. But I am investigating.
It'll lead somewhere, though.
It will lead somewhere. And how dare he say it's a fake story? Oh my God, this story is so not fake. It has now come to, there is a cabal of harassers for hire who are doing this in other cases across the country. We have unearthed a cabal, literally a cabal of gang stalkers who are gang stalking different litigants, and I believe they're being paid to do it.
Seems like it. I mean, again, that's something to follow, to keep following down that rabbit hole.
Yep, I'm going down that rabbit hole. I've heard from people who say they believe that that's what's happening too. And we may need, law enforcement to look into how that works and if there is payment and where it's coming from, etc. That's my theory, that there's some kind of payment here that's going on. I can't prove it, but that's why I'm investigating, folks. If you have any information on a harasser for hire scheme, starring Paint Chips, Vomit, Bruce, or anybody else connected to this giant shit show clown car that we have been witnessing for a year and a half, maybe. I mean, I'm losing track of time. Please send your tips to ecosystemtips@gmail.com. And remember, don't post them on Facebook. Just send them to the tip line. Thank you. All right, continue, please. I like this part.
Give me a
this
minute.
is so David Gingras. This is giving me Douche Canoe Esquire vibes so hard right now.
You're not a journalist, Megan. You're not an investigator. You're not even a legal commentator. You're just a low-life parasite with no principle. By the way, since he is such a grammar Yahtzee, what's up with the comma at the end, brother? What's up? I mean, he goes grammar yacht. Like for me, man, I typo shit all the time. I don't care. I just you should see some of the stuff I freaking typed. It's amazing. I'm like, how can you typo that? But I do. But I also don't correct other people typically. But for him, yeah.
I mean, it's so weird because all three of those things that he said I'm not, I'm demonstrably am. Like, I demonstrably am a journalist, an investigator, and a legal commentator. That all of those things. I've been a court reporter for years. Here, let me show you this. This is not a website that I made. This just turns up somewhere. Do you know what Muckracker is? Muckrack.com. So I don't even know who populates these things. No clue. I don't know who does them. They just appear.
Right.
All right. I'm verified, apparently. I don't know how I got verified here, but I am a journalist, freelancer, radio broadcaster at Wham in Rochester. That's true. I have filled in for Bob Lonsbury multiple times, many times. I couldn't even tell you how many. That's how many times, a lot of times, on his 4-hour show in the morning. Columnist at PJ Media. Yes, that is true. Host of the Fringe podcast. That was true. I don't have the podcast anymore, but that was true. New York, politics, U.S., seen in PJ Media, The Fringe, WHAM, Fox News, also true. Daily Star, UK, Metro, UK. Yeah, all those things are true. Barnes & Noble, yes. I don't remember what Just Jared is. Comic books, yes, that's also true. I did comic book journalism for a while. I don't remember when I wrote this, but this is funny. Medium smart, award-winning journalist writes dank meme songs that make lawyers cry to federal judges. Yeah, that's true. Also true. And here's links to my articles. The last big one was false accuser Laura Owens indicted. The bitch is getting jail, by the way. 7 felony counts in paternity fraud scheme. The last bitch who fucked around with me found out, didn't she? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean, it's kind of hard not to call that real, isn't it?
Now, I investigated Laura Owens for a solid year. A solid year, I covered that story. I did very little else on my channel besides investigate Laura Owens. And with the help of other YouTubers and other Reddit investigators and other people and UTUG and everybody else who helped out with that case, we saw her get indicted. And I would she blamed me. She blamed my letter writing campaign for her indictment. And I will take that blame. Welcome to the Fox Den, folks. We put bitches in jail. That's right. Okay. So look, we've got all kinds of articles here. There's oh my God. See all 1,634 articles. Have I really written that many articles? Holy crap. I mean, look at this. Look. Alec Baldwin trial. Oh, I've been reporting. You mean I was reporting on another trial? Weird.
No way.
I was reporting on other
No
trials.
way. That's not real.
Yeah, apparently it was. It's real.
No way. I don't believe it. Bruce told me.
I don't think I wrote this one though. This one's a different Megan Fox. Who is this? I never wrote this about Max capabilities. I didn't write this.
How many of you Megan Fox clones are out there?
I did write this one though. Look, Trevor Bauer's case. I covered that one too. 8th Circuit judges defend pervert lawyer in weird cover-up in Florida. I did. I covered that too. Weird. Another court case. I mean, I covered court cases. I'm a legal reporting on legal things. Weird. Oh, look, some Hale's articles. More Bachelor. Yes. Ketamine, medical kidnap, Johns Hopkins, all children's. Oh, the Maya Kowalski case. That's right. I covered that. Oh, remember when I sued Wauwatosa School Board and then I won and they had to pay all my bills and offer a public apology? That was fun. Look, so here is demonstrable proof that what Bruce here says about me not being an investigator, me not being a reporter, me not offering legal commentary, it's all fake. It's not true. Everything he says is not true. I am a journalist, very demonstrably so. I have been for 28 years now. I am an investigator. That's what I investigate. I'm actually one of the only investigative journalists on the PJ Media team. We don't have a lot of investigative journalism is a different thing than being a writer or a columnist. Most of our writers at PJ Media, they hit the daily news, which there's nothing wrong with that. They look for the AP wire, they hit the daily stories, and they move on with their day. They write 5 or 6 of them a day. I used to do some of that, but what I love to do is to really get deep into a story. And that means, in fact, I have a 26 or 29 part series into Missouri court corruption, family court corruption, that took me 15 months to do. And I think I have 26 or 27 articles. And if you look up Missouri family court corruption, you'll find that, under my name. That's what I do. I do investigative work, and investigative journalism is different than a columnist, different than a daily writer, which is why you'll see that my articles on PJ Media often have gaps between them, because I'm always working on something that requires more time than just getting up in the morning, finding what's hot, of what's trending, and writing 500-word essays.
It's a lot more work to
and
go
it also
find
pays a lot
sources.
less.
Yeah.
It pays a lot less.
Well, yeah, because you're not just vomiting out, the current thing. Again, I know a lot of people that do that stuff, and props to them. I like to know what I'm talking about. Again, I'm not saying I can't make mistakes. That happens, but I like to be as close to knowing what I'm talking about as humanly possible. So, I mean, we're talking about people's lives here. That's the thing I think it's lost in modern media, especially, that the discussion, it's like I was watching the Lifetime channel. My mom was sitting down one day and I watched it with her, and I thought every one of these shows, these 30-minute shows, involves the destruction of at least 2 lives. That's minimum, because somebody harms another person and then that person pays too. So the destruction of at least 2 lives, but usually, your family and everything else. And you get entertained by it, but it's gone, 30 minutes, bam, gone. And nobody really ingests any of it. And hopefully if you stay on something long enough, people, they kind of humanize this subject.
It's true. I want to grab this comment before I lose it. Red Rosen 39 says, Megan, I bought a sweatshirt from you in January and never got it. Apparently you never get my emails. I have not gotten your emails about this, but I do know, and let me give you my email address so I can make sure that I do get it. Your next email. Maybe you have it's spelled wrong or something. So let me pull it up. It's meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. And I do want to say I am looking for a new merch dealer because Spring, I believe, is going to go out of business. Something is going on with Spring.
Talk to my boy, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, I need to figure it out because Spring is really bad. And I just heard other creators saying that Spring hasn't been fulfilling their orders. Something happened over there. What you're going to have to do, Red Rosen, here's my email. Feel free, please write me there and I'll try and help you. If I can get you a refund through Spring, see, Spring takes the payment. And so refunds have to go through Teespring. But I will help you as much as I can if you want to get a refund for that, or we can call them and try and check on your order and where it is. Just so you know, when I ordered my Legal Vices sweatshirt, I ordered it in December, right after. So he died around the 15th. I ordered it on like the 18th. I did not get it until 2 days before I was headed to Utah for his funeral, which was what, February? Wasn't that in February? So it took a long time, and you might not want to give up. It might still be coming, but I can help you get a hold of them. Okay. So send me that email, and I am sorry that is happening to you. And I'm going to try and find a more, reliable.
What we do with our
store.
Website, like my website, Ray set it up. We can talk about that. Ray does a good job, man. He back end coded it, and if I ever need help with it, he just helps. I hit him up with everything.
Yeah, I would like to.
Well,
I need to switch.
Teespring anyway. Like when all of that last case was going on, Teespring did some pretty nasty stuff. And I was like, like, for example, they got blowback because I was, again, in the middle of the debt trial stuff, and I had merchandising there, and they decided to temporarily suspend for no reason, just because of mass flagging. Well, when I pointed that out publicly, when people would write them, instead of trying to fix it, they tried to excuse it and would write people excuses that basically, it was like that person fault. But then later on, they were like, yeah, actually, we're going to restore this. Apologies. I'm like, no, you're not. You're never going to restore it. And I screw you all. You lost money off of that. And that's fine because it was a lot. I will never, ever use them again. And it's, they're just the level of accountability there. I'm not surprised. They need to be replaced. With all the tariff talk, it's probably hurting them anyway, too.
Yeah, something happened and their shipping has just been extremely slow. And I'm hearing it from other creators too. So
I've
I
seen
am definitely, I need to get on that. I need to make myself a note that that's something I need to check out. By the way, I have a new sweatshirt coming. I have 2 new sweatshirts coming. thank you so much to the fan who created them for me, because they are amazing, and I'll share them with you soon. One of them is jumpsuit orange, though. I'll give you that that hint.
Jumpsuit orange. That's funny. I need to put up a new shirts. I haven't done it in a long time.
It's gonna be so good. It's so good, and so we got to get that set up to where it will ship faster, because I'm not happy with Teespring. Okay, so anyway, so Bruce is having this big meltdown. You're a low life. He could have been just like David Gingras if he had said, "You're not a journalist. You're a troll." He missed his opportunity to pull a David Gingras.
Here's the other thing that really kind of bothers me, since he grammar Yahtzees as well. What happened to M dashes? See, a lot of people use ellipsis, right? But for ellipsis, if we're going to be technical there, that's a trailing thought or a pause. I mean, if you're really what he's going for is interruption or dramatic pause, that's an M dash.
Put your
little dash in there.
On a standard keyboard, the M dash is not easy to find.
You got to put
two
dash. Like if you're depending on the website, like so if I'm using Word, I put in 2 dashes. The next word will create an M dash. So
interesting, because on WordPress, so like in PJ Media on the back end, when we type our articles, we have to do M dashes, but you have to go to the special characters window to find it. There isn't a keystroke that works in WordPress. You have to go to the special characters to find the M dash, but definitely the M dash is better than the ellipsis for a dramatic pause.
That's what it's there for, dramatic pause.
Yeah,
the ellipsis is supposed to be trail off, that's more like, investigating because it's nothing, versus dramatic pause. The intention is different. And again, I would never say anything about that, except this guy's a total ass about that with the, oh, look at what they did. And it's like, are you kidding me, man? Oh my God.
Chat, let's not have drama tonight. If there's trolls in the chat bothering you, block them immediately, and then you don't have to hear from them again. Okay. I have rules in my chat where people can say what they want to say, as long as they're not attacking, and the mods can handle it. If they're attacking people in chat and they're causing a ruckus or they're spamming, then, they know what to do. But if they're just giving their, their opinion and stuff, I have my favorites. You can just block him. I love having you here. Just block the trolls who are bothering you. No need to rage quit. But if you are going to rage quit, make sure you send me a ragey email that I can read out loud. But don't, because you're one of my favorites. So just block them. Just hit that.
You can block anybody in the chat, actually.
Yeah, you can hit the 3 dots next to
I don't know if people realize that sometimes,
Yeah, hit the 3 dots next to their name in their chat, and then you block them, and then you never have to hear from them again. It's like they cease to exist. It's great. You'll love it. You'll try it. You'll like it. Okay. So he said that. I don't think he came back.
There's another one. Let's keep rolling. Let's see if we see it. Because if we don't see it, I'll pull it up on my own, because I did see it.
I like this one. It seems you went down the tubes, according to many, with your credibility as a reporter. Who? Besides Vomit. Like who? I don't have anyone else besides Vomit saying these things about me.
It just tells you, I'm telling you, man, like some of these accounts, who are they indeed?
Yeah, I mean, and these words like, oh, your credibility as a reporter. Well, look, I don't need to, I just don't need to prove anything to you. You can go and read my work. Like, just read my work.
Don't argue with these anonymous accounts.
Make up your own mind. But like, I know who these people are. And it's like, okay, like no one else is saying, who is Jerry Springer, by the way, with a G?
Who's Gary Springer? What? I don't remember Gary Springer.
This is the perfect time for my new button. It's just so classy, when I want to say
it. It does sound very classy, actually.
What I want to say, I'm just gonna hit that button. And
you need one that goes, what the? You know?
Yes.
That would be funny too.
Oh God, why are you doing legal analysis on statutes when you have no legal education? I'm not giving legal analysis. I'm giving my opinions on statutes. I think everyone is allowed to do that. I have more than average legal knowledge just because I've covered court cases for a long time. My sister, my mom, they're both lawyers. Like we have a lot of legal discussions. Doesn't make me a legal expert, doesn't make me a lawyer. But I have more than my fair share of legal knowledge. But it's not analysis technically. It's just my opinion. You're welcome to have a different one. All right.
More.
Cool.
Let's see if they show up yet. Like I said, I want to see if they show up for you too. There, right there.
Oh.
Looky what I found.
Why is she? Is she using
She's switching her stock accounts. I mean, that's her again. That's the one that popped up in the lawsuit. Ashley Page. That's the so in the lawsuit when she took screenshots, folks, if you don't recognize this account.
So funny. This is so funny. I have spoke to several people. Have you spoke? You spoke?
I totally spoke.
I have spoke. I not have spoken, but I have spoke.
I have like the wheels.
I have spoke.
I like my spokes.
I have spoke to several people, which is paint chips, vomit.
Well, she admitted that. That's the fascinating thing. Because of you, Megan, I cannot be a neutral party. So I just talked to these two people, and that's it. Oh, and Bruce, I'm sorry, I forgot you.
Don't forget Bruce. BBB, paint chips, vomit, and probably Fleesa. I've spoke to several people who said you truly went down the drain. Failed reporter. Oh, good Lord. Well, nobody ever brought me before a disciplinary board and threatened to take away my keyboard.
I'm just saying, this person, wow, should we really? I can't wait to rabbit hole your crazy ass. It's my Lord, the stuff that's there.
Yeah, I don't think she wants. I don't think you want this.
Oh, she's getting. I don't care. I don't care. It's happening.
No,
it is.
She wants
it is.
She wants it bad. She wants it bad.
But okay. So if people don't recognize that though, that account here. So this is how we know this is her. I just want to make this very clear here. So you see Ashley Page. I'm gonna put this on the screen.
Yeah. Wait, I gotta take this one down. Streamyard does this weird thing now. Okay. There you go.
All right. So this is from the lawsuit that she filed with us. And you'll notice when she's doing her exhibit, you see who's looking at them right here. Ashley Page. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So that's how I know it's her.
Oh my God. Full Storm just came up with a great t-shirt. I'm picturing a hand holding a bicycle tire with the words, I have spoke.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what I thought when it said that. I thought that's hilarious.
I have spoke.
I just love the fact that her stock account, you got George Brown, you got this. Again, we're not even counting the anonymous accounts, and are her, by the way, too, because, well, I'm not going to say exactly how you gave them all away, but you did.
Oh, God. She's not very good at it. She's not good at keeping.
God. That one was funny, though, because when I saw that account, I was like, I know that account I know that. Oh, yeah, that's the one from the lawsuit.
Oh, God. There's so much out
there. There was the freak out account last night. So there was the new one where I've got a picture of that, actually. I thought that was really funny. So she had the Tasha Williams account. Again, this is the problem with arguing. Folks, this is
Leslie, you keep getting burned every time you use a puppet account. Like, everyone knows it's you. You're bad at this.
Look at this. Like I put that together just real fast. And this is just a few of them. There are more of them, but you can see her. She
literally looks like a picture of me when I was pregnant with my second kid. Like,
well, it's funny. Baby. Like she deflated.
Like that.
Here's the thing: if you're proud of your lips, why don't you put them on the pictures that you make of yourself?
Why are you using like AI women who aren't you?
I'm curious. Like, why would
so
you?
Weird. It's so weird.
I'm telling you again. Somebody sent me a picture of a baboon's backside, which I'm not going to pull up because just if you put them side by side, yeah, it's so weird. You know, when somebody tells you that they're great, by the way, I'm totally great. You know, I'm disappointed in you, Megan, because you're not at my level. Maybe when you look through their recent case history, you realize, first of all, they're talking about practicing under another person's law license, which is a big no-no. But on top of that, when you see it, yeah, somebody put this together. Let's see, huh? What is that? Dismiss, dismiss, dismiss.
Look at this. Look at this. Just today, court dismissed 120 days not served. How does this court not see what she does?
Oh man, they will. Hey, you bring a lawsuit.
Family, to her mother. She filed a horrific lawsuit with all kinds of disgusting, horrible allegations against her own family, and then never bothered to serve them. And then she has the nerve to say in a recording that she doesn't serve people. She just files these things because she wants it on the record. This is reputation management. That's all this is a PR move for her. And look, look at all these dismissed.
That's wild,
120 days not served. Dismissed 120 days not served. Dismissed. Voluntary dismissal. Voluntary dismissal. Voluntary dismissal. This should be flagged. She should be flagged as a vexatious litigant.
Oh, you know what? Like her going after somebody will go back after you, and they very well could do that. I mean, because that's all she does. She just files lawsuits, garbage. They are garbage lawsuits, and she knows that.
It's horrible.
But she knows they're terrible lawsuits. That's the thing. She absolutely, because she never plans on going forward with them, you know? And she wants to play this game with it. Again, we were like, bring them. You know, she's like, I have 2 years to bring. Well, bring it then, you piece of garbage. Bring it. Bring your stupid lawsuit.
We're dying for that. We're like, bring it and then serve it. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't bring it and then sit around and not serve it. If you want to bring the war, you got to fight the war. All right. And I'm willing to fight you, Leslie. You want to go? Let's go. Bring the lawsuit, serve it to me. You know where I live. You guys made sure you doxed my house.
And then played the victim.
And oh my God. And wait and please serve me. Please serve me. Please do it. Do it now. Do it, Lisa. You keep saying you're going to serve me. Do it. My counterclaims are going to destroy you. You all distributed revenge prawn. And you know it is what it is. You know it's not satire.
It's not satire and I know it.
You know damn well it's not. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right.
I can't wait to watch that stupid dance video thing. That thing is really funny.
I've got the expert. The expert has that little clip where he's got the guy like wiggling with the box. It's funny. If you haven't seen it, you got to go see it. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the $5 super tip. Felisa says it's not who the lawyer is. I think they'll do something crazy like a RICO claim instead of a sane anti-slap. What crazier could they do? Well, they can't do a RICO claim as a response. I mean, I guess as a counterclaim they could, but I mean, that's not going to go anywhere because here, let me give you a pro tip. Okay. A pro tip. It's never RICO.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Well, you already saw how hard RICO is to build anyway.
It's never RICO. RICO is very, very hard. Unless you're the mob, it's never RICO. So like get a new pipe dream. Okay. But don't give them any advice. Go ahead, file the RICO. I think that's a great idea, actually. Mama Bear Lee, thanks for the 5. We've got Mary Q Lankins here to give us a message.
Megan, I'm so disappointed. You can't say hold without the music that makes Tug crazy.
You're right. Hold, please.
No, Jesus Webb, no. No, me sitting around like singing The Girl from Ipanema.
When Nana Mary asks me to do something, I do it because Nana Mary, She's one of my favorite people. I'm sorry, but Nana Mary wants the music. She gets the music. Josh or Wash. I'm not sure.
Freaking Satan. Okay, now we got that stuck in your brain for the next 20 days. Let's move on.
Josh sent a 5 with a message from our dearly departed Legal Vices. Oh no, you have to play it. No, don't you dare. You know, Jeff, it's not funny. Don't F around, Jeff. Oh my God, it won't play. All right, hold on. Let me refresh the page. There it is.
All hail the Fox Mama, queen of investigative journalism and lover of breadsticks. Send your tributes now.
That really got the inflection with breadsticks. It really got it.
I know. It's so good. My first try at Legal Vice's voice was terrible. Thank God Ricada's guy got it down because it worked. And Mama Cat, thanks for the 10.
Lips is as neutral as I am pregnant. Lips is as neutral as I am pregnant.
And Mama Bear Lee, thanks for the 5.
Megan, I'm so disappointed. You can't say hold without the music.
No, not again.
Yeah.
Megan, I'm so disappointed. You can't say hold without the music that makes Tug crazy.
Well, like I said, Nana Mary asked for it, and she gets what Nana Mary gets.
Devil, man.
I know. Well, you're in for it tonight. Becky Fear Wreck, thanks for the 5.
Wait, I'm supposed to be the one who makes everyone crazy.
I know, we've totally forgotten about you. We've completely forgot. You know, Lips has done Lynette more of a service than anybody on the planet.
That's what a lot of these people, you know, I wonder with them overwhelming everything, sending out letters and all that, you notice it's not about her at all. None of the stuff they really do. 2L, all them, they don't cover anything that's attached to her anyway. They're there to attack Jeremy Hales. That's all they do. They don't ever cover the case.
And us. Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. Mrs. Doolittle, thanks to the 5.
New heifer calf born literally just as you started, naming her Muggle, Little Mug, in honor of you two. I judge her guilty of extreme cuteness.
Oh, I love Muggle. Baby cows. Oh, baby cows are the best. Congratulations on your newborn cow, your newborn calf. Give that little cow lots of love.
I was sitting here humming that freaking Ipanema. I was like,
yeah, it's gonna be in your head all night.
It will be. I was sitting around.
Oh, God.
I was sitting around at my.
Guess what? Mama Bear Leah said it 3 times.
Megan, you can't say hold, please, without playing Tug's favorite
Devil. Satan's onions.
Everybody dance. All right. And let's see. Oh, Mahmood from Super Tip just sent me a super chat that said, just a heads up that you can make these text tips disappear if you hit the skip button at the top of your panel. Let me try it. Skip. Let's see. Now, did that work? It did. Okay, awesome. Hey, Mahmood, thank you so much. And by the way, Mahmood, if you're listening, which obviously you must be, that's cool. I'm really kind of excited by that. And also, thank you for your really cool service because we are enjoying the new voices so much. Like, it's not even funny. Mary Lankins is so good. I love it. Jagger55, thanks for the 5.
Lips is an absolute crazy biatch. She needs to be Baker acted.
Again.
You want to see something even crazier? This is nuts. I didn't notice this before. I never looked at the page profile, right? But if you go over there, check it out. It is an advertisement for her pageant thing. She's using that as her sock page account. The one that the prison the one she's like, I totally have a Netflix show.
Well, I would prefer that this woman gets a Netflix show or does pageants than whatever the hell. Listen, Leslie, do yourself a favor. Get away from these weirdos.
No, you're one
get
of
away
them,
from
lady. No, I'm not. I'm tired of people promoting the whole, she was just brought in. She doesn't know what. Oh, no. She's
I
definitely
know
one of
she's
these people.
choosing to do this. Like,
She
she
is a
could just be doing
paint
her
chip.
dancing and her pageants and like taking care of her kids and stuff and like being a mom. And, that's really a great job you have there, Leslie. You've got 3 beautiful kids and, be a mom. Like, go do pageants with them and go to their soccer games and stuff. But like, oh, what you're getting into with an ex-felon and a fake journalist for, a scammer for hire and who knocks up his sources and stuff, like, and this, oh God, this lawyer who's intimidating witnesses and stuff. You don't want to be anywhere near these people, I don't think.
Oh yeah.
But maybe you do.
Yeah.
But boy,
when
it
somebody's
seems
running,
like
when
they got a
somebody's
nice
running that
life
many,
there.
well, when somebody's running that many sock accounts, when they, again, the whole bully exterminators thing, we'll really deep dive that tomorrow because some new stuff came up on that. And I've been putting everything together today. That, by the way, that thing you could wrap up, it's like a nuclear freaking, it would be like a court bomb that you could use on these folks. It's amazing. Every piece that comes together with it. But yeah, there's no oopsie. I was just, she wants everybody to be like, a poor me, woe is me. I came in, I was this neutral party. But again, the day that she's saying she wrote you, she's got this website that we're gonna pull up some stuff with. Oh my God, man. When people see it, I don't think a lot of people actually ever saw what was there. And when they do, I think that'll be an eye-opening experience.
Well, let's just put it this way. She's going on the record right now with a lot of statements. And a lot of them are not true. A lot of them are demonstrably false. And eventually, I believe that the truth is going to come out. If she doesn't want that truth to come out, she should really stop telling these unbelievable lies. The lies are, they're incredible. But right now is not the time. But I will have that at some point in the future. And it will be epic. It will be.
Yes, it will be.
It will be what Tug likes to put on his thumbnails, a bombshell.
This is
folks.
a nuclear bombshell. I'm telling you.
And you know what? Look, a person like her has a long trail of people that she has harmed. And it's really sad, actually. This is a really sad story. And I really wish it did not have to be told. And that would be great. That would be great if it could resolve itself without this incredibly sad story having to be told.
I'm just amazed, like the ecosystem hypocrisy again, and the people. What really is insane to me is that there is anybody that buys into these people's madness. Because again, when they're recruiting people like paint chips, that shouldn't just give you pause. You should be like, holy shit, I need to get away from this. You can dislike people that come up again. You can dislike me, Megan, whomever. Man, I didn't spend 4 fucking years for fraud and extortion. I didn't have to give it away to the Fed. I didn't get a conviction for going out and creating fake accounts and creating, well, let's just say images just like we've seen now. The same kind of bullshit. So, I mean, this kind of stuff, it's not new. It's an old, anybody, you could just do a basic search. But not only is the ecosystem 100% in, people like, say, Ray, for example, are like, he's never been to jail. What, are you kidding me? It's a basic search on Google. That's all you got to do.
Okay, so I am just discovering that it's possible the troll that's bothering everyone has blocked me. Peculiar Optics, if you have blocked me, you will get the ban hammer on this channel. So don't block me. Okay, there you are. I see you. All right, listen, take a time out, okay? Because you're pissing everyone off in the chat. I don't know what your deal is, but just maybe chill so that the mods don't have to time you out, okay? You're always welcome here, but not if you're going to make problems. Oh, I've got a kid raid. Yes. Are you going to bed? Wonderful. This is right on time. Brush your teeth, okay? All right. Brush teeth. Brush teeth. Go. Brush your teeth. Please. Please. How are you doing, chat? The chat's fine. They're having a little bit of an argument right now. Tell them to behave. Say behave, chat. Behave yourselves. Okay, go get chat. He takes after me. He's good at yelling. He's good at screaming at the chat. All right. Where were we at? What were we doing? I've forgotten.
You were reading Super Jet.
Oh, yeah, right. Right. That's right. I was. Oh, I wanted to bring something else up though. So this is kind of serious. Last night, and this is so weird. One YouTuber shot and killed another YouTuber and his wife in front of the Bellagio, literally where I was standing a week ago. Did you hear about this story?
Oh,
Ted?
yeah. I saw the...
So I have a few things to say about this because these are not YouTubers that I knew about or, they had smallish followings. The guy who did the shooting had he was getting 2,000 views on his channel. He had a Vegas channel where he would give tours of Vegas to his subscribers. And he would wear face makeup, kind of like a KISS member or like a clown, like black and white. And I don't know these channels, but apparently he got somebody interested in him who decided to make an entirely new channel just to go after this guy. And this person who was killed was a reaction channel. And he got obsessed with this other guy, with this Vegas YouTuber, of making fun of him. And I mean, it's against YouTube's terms of service. Somebody needs to explain to me why YouTube has terms of service that they refuse to uphold. If they did, Fleesa wouldn't have a channel anymore because her entire channel, the only thing she ever talks about is Jeremy Hales. That is targeted harassment of another YouTuber, which is exactly the thing that this other person who was unfortunately lost his life in Las Vegas had done. He set up an entirely new channel separate from his own channel just to go after this one YouTube creator. Now, obviously, that's no excuse for somebody to go break the law and take another person's life and his wife's life. It's horrific. But this is why can't YouTube just police their own platform? Why can't they enforce their terms of service across the board and stop these channels from doing this? This maybe didn't have to happen. It maybe didn't. It maybe shouldn't have. It obviously shouldn't have happened. But what if YouTube actually took its terms of service seriously and stopped it? But they don't.
No.
Why don't they do that? And it was live. He was live streaming when it happened. Now, I'm not going to show it. It's all over X. That would be against YouTube's terms of service, by the way, to show that sort of violence.
Right. Yeah, and you'd probably get hit for it,
Yeah,
And
it seems like the one YouTuber, the one who was killed, went to Vegas specifically looking to confront this guy he had been going after his wife for a long time. And he went there to confront him, and he found him, and he didn't go home. I mean, look, everybody's ruining everything. And I'm sick of it. It made me feel really unsafe thinking, I was just there last week. I was standing in the exact same spot where that guy and his wife were killed. YouTube fights spilling over into the real world is insane. And Tug, tell me, don't you think it's really similar that you've got the Fleas going to Otter Creek, accessing cameras to spy on Jeremy Hales, going across the street from his property, being there, like literally being there. Like, what is that about? This is all going into some real scary territory. And now we're seeing it play out with these other YouTube channels who are fighting.
Well, I mean, you know, there's another level to that too. The person that they're going to place, he has a protective order that's supposedly supposed to prevent stuff like that. You know, he has it set up where these people end up stalking and causing problems. If it escalates, it's going to be bad. It's going to be very bad. It's already escalated to the point of it can't escalate any further without there being something physical. It can't.
And I mean, John's already pulled a weapon on Jeremy a couple of times and on other people, but on Jeremy at least 2 times. YouTube has been notified over and over again that he's got this restraining order and these people are doing third-party contact and yet they do nothing. And I just find it really strange that YouTube, they enforce some of the rules sometimes, but they never enforce all of the rules all of the time and equal across the board. So I'm just saying. So there is if you want to know about this story, let me show you a video that I found to be very helpful in understanding what was going on, because like I don't follow these people and I don't know who they are. And I can show you, though. I can give you a link, and Rumble, don't let me forget you. I'll make sure I drop it over there as well. How do I find my history? There it is. Here it is. So Poker Fraud Alert has an 18-minute overview. Let me drop it in the YouTube chat so that you guys can bookmark it for later. And I will drop it in the Rumble chat as well. It really is a horrible story. And I don't think it had to happen. I think it was preventable. Now, I don't know what kind of like mental problems or whatever that this assailant had, because clearly he had some. But what's interesting is there is a moment in this video, and I think I'm going to play a little bit of it for you, where the person who was involved in this actually admitted that this guy was on the edge. He knew he was on the edge. And this was over copyright strikes, by the way. You know those things that Lisa thinks is so fun to do to everybody? Copyright striking Shara, copyright striking me, copyright. This all began over copyright strikes. You going to bed, honey?
Yes.
Okay, well, give me a hug and get on your way.
I have one thing to say.
No, what do you want to say? What? Oh, they are. They're being much better. They listen to you.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
And also,
yes?
Type Y in chat for yes if she should change to a different video game instead of just the truck driving, or N for no.
He wants me to play Phantasmophobia really bad.
Phasmophobia.
Or what is it? Phasmophobia? It's not Phantasmophobia?
No,
I got that wrong. Phasmophobia. Well,
I just looked at
we've got a couple of the no's are outdoing the yeses. They like the trucking.
I see a lot of yeses.
They like the trucking.
I don't know. People like if she plays the game that he's mentioning, it will probably scare the bejesus out of her.
I know. It totally will. That's why I bought it, but I've been avoiding playing it. Okay, go to bed. Go to bed. All right, and close the door, please, all the way. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to pull this up because there's this one part in here that is really disturbing. Like the fact that this has all happened over copyright strikes, like they were copyright striking each other. And so apparently the guy who is no longer on the planet, he hold on. Wait a minute. Why is this playing? Hold on. He had 2 copyright strikes against this YouTuber. And so one more and his channel would have been deleted. So this is the guy right here, Finney, on the upper left. He's the one who is no longer here. And this is an interesting part of this video.
Now, this part is particularly chilling. It was from the same video I just played you. This part had Finney kind of realizing that Manny was really taking this very seriously, and that the channel was pretty much Manny's entire life, and that if he were to lose the channel, that he didn't know what would happen. Now, he actually thought that Manny might kill himself. He did not think that Manny would murder him. But you could tell that he noticed Manny was crazy. He was saying in this little clip that Manny had recently gotten a copyright strike himself, and that Manny's channel apparently had 2 copyright strikes, and one more would close down the channel for good, because that's YouTube's policy. If you get 3 strikes, you're out. So he was saying that even though he thinks he has a way to give Manny's channel a 3rd strike, he could not bring himself to do that because he thought that Manny might kill himself if the channel were to go away. So it's pretty chilling. This is 5 days before the murder, and he was already recognizing there was something wrong with Manny that might make him snap. It's too bad he did not think about that fact before he came to Vegas and made it very public that he was there.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke, but mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man. And he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you, did you get?
It's just so awful to recognize that somebody is that close to, doing something desperate and just keep it up. I mean, it's great that he recognized, hey, maybe I shouldn't hit his channel for, another copyright strike. And they were both falsely copyright striking each other. That's what they were doing. And, YouTube needs to get a better hold on this, period.
I just don't care about like half that stuff. I mean, it's bad when, like I said, I've had to hire a place that handles those kind of things for myself because it's so ridiculous, It
is, and it like that you have to hire somebody. This is crazy to me. You have to hire someone to help you get YouTube to treat you fairly and
to communicate with people. I can't essentially to talk to somebody that's not an entry level employee in a foreign facility that they don't care what happens with it. I mean, honestly, it's to the point now. There was a video that was put up that people were complaining about that had, I'm going to use just the initials for it. It had CP in it, and that obviously should be coming down fast. Well, it had stayed up for a couple of days. I contacted YouTube support. YouTube support told me in no uncertain terms that they would not do anything about it, that it was up to a different area. And I was like, but this is quite literally that. All they have to do is look at the video. They should have handled it days ago. There are real victims in that. And they didn't care. That happened recently, very recently.
They don't, it's impossible to talk to them. It's just
you
impossible.
have to have someone do it.
There's a real problem. And you know what? Frankly, there could be maybe lawsuits about this. I mean, this is one to keep an eye on. I think I will definitely be following this case and how it goes. I heard that the shooter turned himself in. I don't know. I can't verify yet if that's true. It's kind of just been floating around. Some people said he was on the run. Some people said he turned himself in. But I don't think if he didn't, I don't think it'll be long before he does, because I mean, he's a known person. So you're not going to hide in 2025 anymore. People are going to find you. And of course, if you want to see the footage of this, it did happen on a live stream.
That's the
Finney,
wildest thing, you know.
and I was right there. I was right where it happened. I was standing like in that same spot last week. And you know, when the gunshots went off, there were children crying and men throwing themselves on top of their loved ones, and just absolute chaos and hell. And this is not where we want to go. This is crazy. And when people like Paint Chips, by the way, people like Paint Chips bring this kind of thing into real life. That's the kind of people you hooked up with, BBB. You hooked up with people like Paint Chips who bring these kinds of YouTube wars and things into real life. He has been stalking Dinesh in real life, showing up, screaming at him about being a PDF file, and stirring up people to show up wherever Dinesh goes to scream nasty things at him. This is outrageous. And this is part of YouTube not enforcing their terms of service and law enforcement not taking seriously what is happening on YouTube. You know, in some ways, people who do YouTube for a living, you know, we're looked down upon, right? It's like, oh, get a real job. That's not a real job. Well, it is a real job to a lot of people, actually. It was a real job to this person who had his channel threatened. It's a real job to the person who threatened his channel. It's a real job to a lot of people. It pays bills. And it's a real job to Jeremy Hales, too.
It's not just that. Like, what other profession? You think about this. Like, the way YouTubers are treated, they're treated worse than politicians as far as harassment and more is concerned. You know, you have the most divisive thing out there in politics. And YouTubers, you don't tell politicians. That's just part of it. Like, when I talk to people about YouTube, you know, and they're like, hey, you know, want to do this, that. I'm like, no, you figure there will be people that are committed to destroying your life, and they will always be there. When I'm covering comic books, that's when I picked up my first nut jobs that are still there, by the way.
Oh yeah, the comic world is so effed
They're
up.
still there, and you know, they are dedicated. If they can't find anything on you, they just create false shit.
They just create it. Whoa, doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, and you know what? Like, these people have nothing to take. It's just like a Paint Chips. You know, you have to. Most people, we end up, you either quit or you ignore it, because if you take them to court, I mean, even if you win against a paint, what do they get? You know, but now with Jeremy Hales, like I said, it's different. They live across the street from the man, you know, so his problems stem from something that is right across, and he's trying to protect his business, and on top of it, he's trying to protect himself. You know, so this ecosystem that's formed there, it's a bit different. But as far as just a YouTuber, the expectation, people will harass your families. They will they will go after everyone that you know. They will find dead relatives. They will.
Yeah,
they will
and
also,
yet
like I said,
somehow law enforcement just is like, well, that's because
Yeah,
you
we
know
don't
you're
care.
on YouTube. You're on YouTube, so like you deserve it because you're on you. Well, maybe you shouldn't be on YouTube. Like, YouTube is a legitimate, like, it's a job. Okay, this is a job, and I enjoy it. It's a job I love. I like YouTube better than I've liked anything else I've ever done.
It's it's fun. I enjoy it. I just, you know, I'm amazed by this thing that when I tell people that, you know, it's such a casual thing that, you know, when I'm talking about that I tell people, and that shouldn't be a casual statement of, yeah, people will try to ruin your life. They will try to ruin you and over
and
nothing.
look at this, and two people have now lost their lives over YouTube drama. So when you encourage,
This isn't the first time that's
drama
happened, though.
channels, is that true? Who
Yeah,
else
that's
has
very
been-
true. So there was I remember a
Why not?
case
I
where,
haven't heard about this. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
this is the
There
first
was
one I've heard of.
there was somebody that showed up at another person's home that, well, like, first of all, let's dump all the stalkers. You know, when you go
There's
through
been a lot of stalkers.
God,
Yeah.
with the yeah, like that one girl now that I think that was a TikToker that had her home broke into, and it ended up, let's just say, very tragically. That's going through. But if we take out stuff like that you have to deal with, there was a guy that they had some back and forth, and somebody came to their home, beat the crap out of them. They had a heart attack, and they ended up dying.
Oh God.
Yeah. So that happened. I remember that one, and I'm sure there have been other instances too. But there is no other job like that. Like that should not be part of the requisite. I shouldn't have to tell people.
There's no other job like that where you go to the police and you say, I'm being gang stalked by these people. And they look at you and they're like, well, isn't that like a YouTube thing? Like, no.
Like you should expect it. You deserve it.
You deserve it. You know, you kind of deserve it. Like, aren't you playing in the same pool? Like, no, I've never gang stalked anyone. Like, no, I've never doxed.
Well, there are laws against a lot of this stuff that happens, and
there are, but good luck getting them to actually, go after anyone for it. And it's really terrible. It's really terrible. And I think it will take more things like this, unfortunately, like this
I don't think
unaliving.
this will cause anything to happen, honestly.
You don't think so?
I think it will. There'll probably be a service
Have they even
crackdown.
made a statement? Let's see if YouTube made a statement.
There'll be if it gets loud enough, they will do a terms of service crackdown, and they will punish people.
They'll punish people who aren't doing anything.
Yeah, because it'll be an AI crackdown. They use a bot to do it, and in the with the reality of what's happening, they won't do anything about the real issues.
Oh my God, it's not even trending.
No, it won't. I mean, it's happened before.
They're not even. The closest YouTube headline is 7 years ago. 7 freaking years ago. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. How has the AP, how have these companies not, how have these media companies not, how are they not knocking down the door of YouTube for a comment right now? See, this really bothers me because this is my workplace.
If
you worked in an office, if I worked in an office, right? If I worked for a company, let's say I used to work for ABC News. I worked for ABC, Radio Disney, ESPN, and WXCD in Chicago.
Well,
and
let me.
If someone walked in, okay, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, what search engine did you look that up on?
Bing.
Well, I'm just wondering, like most people look things up on Google, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm on Bing for some reason.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm curious. Like, the majority of people look things up on Google. So
look what came up 4 hours ago. YouTube relaxes rules about what creators can and can't say in videos.
Yeah, you should be. You know what? I should be able to. I could be punished. At one time, my content would get throttled because I would use Amber Heard's name. I used to,
That was so crazy. Remember, you had to call that certain Aquaman starlet. I remember that.
And people didn't understand that when they ran across it. When they got to the trial and they go back, they were like, why is this? Well, because until then, when the floodgates opened and they couldn't do anything about it, they put it in the algorithm to punish people for talking about it. And that's something that they are willing to do. They're willing to crack down on people that talked about, say, Brie Larson. They were like, "Oh my God, that's."
They're doing
that's
it
awful.
now to the Blake Lively. They
Yeah.
don't
Oh
want
yeah,
people talking about Blake
that's
Lively. They're shadow banning that. And then they put these articles out where they pat themselves on the back because they're letting people speak more now about certain things that they didn't used to let you speak about. But this is all garbage too, because it's not true. We still can't say the S word about unaliving or they'll demonetize a video. You still can't say the R word when you're talking about ARP, even though it's a societal horror that needs people need to hear about when we talk about it from a news perspective. ABC can say it all day long. NBC can say it all day long, but you and we cannot, or we will be hidden in the algorithm.
The worst thing I ever ran across in here that really just pissed me off is when I would say PDF files. That's another one, you cannot talk about. And when they started trying to use other language, they used MAPS, minor attracted persons. Yeah. So when that broke off, I covered that. And not only did you get shadow banned and demonetized, but I got flagged it was one of my early hits, but YouTube flagged me for going after protected persons. And I was like, protected person? Wait, are you saying that PDF files are protected peoples that I can't talk about? So child endangerment is okay? Like that they hit me for it. So it went farther than just shadow banning and not using language. It was protecting. Again, somebody needs to go through. They need to unspool all of the insanity around that. And they need to figure out, what does and doesn't work. And they also, again, all these sites are using AI. It's all ridiculous, man.
It's bad. It's real bad. Let's see if I do a news search for the name of the YouTuber. All right, so we have an update that the YouTuber has been arrested. Sin City Manny, YouTuber arrested after manhunt for killing rival during Las Vegas Strip stream. On June 8th. It is a shame. The whole thing is a shame. None of it had to happen.
Well, that's why, though, when we talk about our safety, people are like, it's no big deal. Man, some of these people are crazy, I worry about Jeremy Hales. Honestly, I very much worry about him. He's got these crazy people. And what's really bad about it is they keep talking about, like, that they have put in statements for, like, John Cook, for example, excusing behavior of like pulling pew-pews. That's bad.
Standing his ground. Nobody was coming on his property. Literally tourists across the street. You're pulling your pew-pew on tourists looking at Tube Town. Give me a break, John. That's terrible behavior. Keep your gun in your pocket. You don't pull your gun on people who are just there to see the games across the street. Nonsense. This is bad behavior, and it's going to end with somebody dead. And look, we've got 2 dead people now, 2 dead people because of a YouTube fight. It's absurd. It's very scary. And I do, you know what? It messes with our ability to do our jobs too, Tug. Think about this. We talk about how we're worried about Jeremy's safety, but think about this. The bigger you get, I don't even know, like you used to go to cons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for you to go to a con and like have your people who listen to you come and show up and see you, you have to tell them where you're going to be on a certain date at a certain time. And that very thing is scary. Like me going to Reality Steve's birthday party in Vegas, my best friend was like, this is weird. Like you're here at this thing, like people know who you are. They knew you were going to be here. And somebody gave Steve, and it wasn't weird or anything. It struck us as weird. Somebody handed an envelope to my friend who was the DJ and said, please give this to Steve anonymously. And she handed it to me and she was like, tell Steve this is from someone anonymous. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, well, who? She's like, well, I don't know. It's dark in here. Like, I don't know who it was. I'm like, well, what's in here? It could be anthrax. What? So I did. I handed it to him. And it turned out that it was like this 2-page letter. And it was really sweet. There wasn't anything creepy in it. But why not put your name on it?
Well,
for the rest of eternity, for the rest of eternity, everyone's like, who was the anonymous person and why?
Well, the people don't see it the way, outside of it, into the anonymous stuff and everything. They don't realize like how, a lot of YouTubers, if you've been on it for a while, well, you've been doing this for a while. You do, you watch it. And another thing, for me, you can't, I guess I would say this to YouTubers, you pick and choose what you take in. I get told all the time, oh man, this channel's over here talking about, I don't care. I don't watch that because it would be unhealthy to do it. These people, they tear at you all the time. They just make up crazy shit. The craziest stuff. And sometimes they deserve to be looked into. For sure. Like with the ecosystem, fuck all of them. I'm going to look into every one of them and I'm going to deep dive every one of them because I'm curious about this. It's not I feel like they're very well as a conspiracy to destroy one person out there. I think they have gone to a level that I have never seen.
I've never
before.
seen it before, and it's really scary to me, especially when you're recruiting people with legitimate criminal backgrounds. You know, these two guys that were involved in this thing in Vegas, I don't think either one of them had criminal backgrounds. They just ended up in this situation. But we've got a situation here with a legit felon who spent 4 years in a federal prison. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before, ever. And I don't know how Jeremy Hales can go on living the kind of life he has led up until this point. He can't ever do meet and greets anymore. He cannot tell people where he is, where he's going, what he's doing. And that was part of his channel, meeting up with people. Remember the 500 mil to grill or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
That was where this whole thing started. That was a big deal. That was a big deal, like with all his supporters.
Yeah, watch the videos of it. It's actually a very good thing.
It's really sweet. Like with all these fans who see him. And like, of course, everybody here, like, you know, you guys are all here and like, we all love you guys and we would love to see you. You know, we'd love to hang out with you and like meet you. And I met some people in Vegas, which is always fun. You know, when you meet fans and they get to, share the inside jokes and stuff. But it's also really scary because you never know when that one person who's angry about whatever is just going to walk up and kill you. Like that's terrifying. And I don't think that Jeremy Hales is going to be able to ever have that kind of life again because of all of this. And
well, I mean, I don't think people have seen, like when you put it together, oh man, you should see everything that we've put together with this case. Like you just see the sheer volume of it and the insanity. Because when you start, I've been going back looking at it, and I'm looking at somebody else that's been picking up stuff and seeing what I'm missing. What I need to complete it, and it's almost overwhelming for two people, and all of it deals with stalking and threats. And I mean, it's big enough that if this happened in real life, there would be people in prison. There is no doubt of that. But because it happens in this little realm here, it's somehow a-okay. It's somehow ignored until potentially something terrible happens. That's why you shout it from the rooftops. That's why you don't, I mean.
Well, and that's why law enforcement ought to take this stuff seriously. Jeremy Hales has a protective order against these people. And the Levy County Sheriff is not taking it seriously. So we've all been saying for over a year now that he's in danger. The situation is volatile. And he has no law enforcement backing him up in Florida. None. We hear the way they talk to Lynette, the way they make light of the situation.
They coddle her. I mean, they make her, because it is amazing to me to see somebody that's out there. Again, courts found not only did they need a protective order, but they keep violating it. So the court has stood up and said, yo, this is a problem. This is a problem yet again. And there have been more problems, I'm sure, that will end up in front of that. But it's bad. Like if he's in Florida, when the police, they refuse to do their job. I mean, ultimately he's got a piece of paper. If something terrible happens, then, it backs any type of actions he may have to go with. But you should never have to be put in a situation like that.
All right, we'll hit some more of these super chats and then we will head over to Rumble. Okay, actually, I know, me really too. Me too. And I just want to put it out there that, like, a TikToker was killed recently too in a salon. There's some guy who stalked her and walked in and shot her to death and left a bouquet of roses. That was what was her name? I have it. It's in here. There
was a YouTuber too,
Valeria Marquez. That just happened recently. It was an assassination. She was 23
years I saw that. That was in like Mexico or something. It wasn't a U.S.
Just scary.
Yeah,
it was scary.
But the level of it was just insane. There was actually I can't remember the guy. He used to be a political YouTuber, and he was really young when he started it. You know, he came up with all the Sargon of Akkad, all those people. You know, he was, and then I just can't remember his name, but his girlfriend was being stalked by an ex, and the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend came to their door and came with a shotgun, you know, shot through the door, and I mean injured her. The police ended up let's say unaliving him outside. There was video of most of it, you know.
I mean,
again,
this stuff really happens. It really happens, and
what a world.
And we've got Levy County Sheriff just can't be bothered. You just can't be bothered to follow up on the violations of the restraining order that an Ohio judge has found that they've been in contempt 2 times. And Levy County Sheriff just can't be bothered. Boy, what a disgrace for law enforcement. And if anything ever happens to Jeremy Hales or George or anybody who works for them, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to cause a ruckus in Levy County. They will be held accountable if anything happens to Jeremy Hales or anybody who works for him, because those sheriffs refuse to do their job, refuse to uphold the law, refuse to uphold a restraining order that was lawfully obtained in the state of Ohio. They're going to have a problem with me.
Yeah,
they're going to have a big problem.
When you're told to go a specific route, law, you know, he has gone, instead of a retribution way or anything, he has gone the legal route. He's trying to go with the way that you're always told. If you have a problem, do this, and yet. Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. I am so tired of law enforcement in this country not doing what they are supposed to do. I have no time for it. I have absolutely no time for it. And I'm tired of it. All right, let's get to Rosalind Duke. She sent 5. Thank you so much, Rosalind.
Megan, Ashley Page came out of deactivation to reply. Check your DMs. That unbarred lunatic makes me look like a normie.
Shut it, BJ baby hoarder.
Megan, Ashley Page came out of deactivation to reply.
Oh no.
Check your DMs.
I need Mahmood to tell me
that
why
unbarred
that
lunatic
happens.
makes me look like a normie.
Mahmood, if
Shut
you're
it,
still
BJ
listening,
baby hoarder.
I need to know why that happens. Why do some of them play twice and some of them don't? It's not like I'm hitting them twice. I don't know why. Rosalind, did you mean my DMs on Twitter? Maybe I will check them. Okay, I will. What is this? A new clown? Oh God, no. Is this a new clown? Do we have a new clown getting out of the clown car? Oh Lord, we might. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. Okay. Candace Bigham, thanks for the 1036.
I went from dancing on the pole to living off the dole. I knew I needed a new sugar dada and found him, but he spurned my advances because of her. So I fabricated a story, but lost their tooth. Why?
Because you should have stayed pro-C. Girl, call me first next time. And after I run people over with my charm and legal prowess, we'll go back and kick it at the crib. Call me girl. Ring, ring.
Jarrell Brooks. Oh, I forget that voice is in there sometimes. And Candace again with the 5.
Children, be nice to Ms. Lips. We all know she has more personalities than Sybil.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. Again, mental illness is no excuse for the terrible behavior. Rob Paint, thanks for the 10.
Megan, I will allow it. Play Tug's favorite.
Okay. You know, Judge Bev said I had to.
Satan.
When Judge Canoni says something, you have to do it. Jada, thanks for the 5.
I love super tips. I can play hold please and make Tug dance in his chair.
Yes,
I
you
love
can,
super tips.
Jada.
I can play hold please and make Tug dance in his chair.
Come on, Tug. You're in so much trouble tonight. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 5.
My plan to have Leslie to make me look smart is working masterfully.
It's true. I was never almost Baker acted.
I was almost never. That was funny. Candace, thanks for the 5.
Asking for a friend if Leslie and BBB were to have an affair and create a love child and then create a baby girl, would they call her Lips Foreskin?
Oh no, Mary. Nana Mary, you need to maybe have it. Ask Chester to make you another martini. Melissa Boone, thanks for the 5.
I speak softly to fool the jury to make them think I'm nice.
You are not a nice person.
I speak softly to fool the jury to make them
twice
think I'm
again.
nice.
You are not a nice person.
You are not a nice person.
That's right. That's right. Seneca in Chief, thanks for the 5.
I miss the old days of crazy homeless comic ladies, loose Canon X veterans, and a hobo named Albertini that makes lips look sane.
You remember that? Hey, remember that comment about Albertini? Just remember that as we go through in the next month. You gauge them and you tell me.
Oh boy!
Because we have not gotten. So I'm telling you, by the time it's out, you'll be like, I wonder which one is.
Yeah, you may be changing your opinion.
Yes, I mean that. That is. I mean, some of this stuff is wow.
Oh my God. All right, let's get to the YouTube super chats. Those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for the super chats. We got Max Lab with the 2. Hey, Megan and Tug. Well, hello, Max Lab. How you doing? DJ Radis, thanks for the 2. Tilting Lips appears to be my day job now. I don't know. I mean, she just wants to be in everybody's content. That's all there is to it. She just keeps inserting herself and her big fat lips everywhere. Mud Dog, thanks for the 2. Lynette has a legal she got from mental hospital. You mean a lawyer? Maybe. I don't know. Where are they scraping the bottom of the barrel these days for legal help? I don't know who would take this case. I'm hoping they get a good one, though. I want them to get a good lawyer so that we can get through this. I would like.
I don't know, man. I want another lawyer because it is funny. I hate to say, I've never. Come on, man. Bruce's freaking filings were the funniest, dumbest.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until somebody gets gunned down in the street by these maniacs. Like that's where I feel like that's where it's headed. Like these people are unhinged. I would like this to resolve.
You know, unfortunately, lawyer, not lawyer, it's not going to stop the ecosystem from being who they are. They will not stop. They will never stop. I don't, honestly, unless it goes to jail level, I don't think these people are ever.
Well, I think that Laura Owens finally got herself a good attorney. Because guess what happened? David Gingras had to delete his entire blog. Laura had to delete all of her Medium posts, which of course will not help them because everything is archived.
Yeah, but because it goes with what I just said about if it doesn't go to the jail level, that's the only way that you can slow it. Yeah. So, I mean, she's looking at, because, you know, Gingras, he was instigating this. He was by herself, again, not taking anything away from Laura Owens. She's crazy. She's batshit crazy. But by herself, she was at least somewhat contained. This guy tried to blow it up, take it everywhere, came up with ideas on how to push her out into YouTube and more. And, you know, they didn't just do it by... I could even see it if it were let's talk about your side and try to humanize, and humanize him. But no, it was about attacking these people and trying to take it to a further level. And finally, like I said, you got law enforcement that did something. Look at how long it took them to do it. How many people had to have their lives ruined with that, though, before it got taken seriously, too?
Who knows? I mean, I feel like it's just never going to get taken seriously. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. Mary Icky, thanks for Mary K. I don't know. Thanks for the $6. For a second, I thought I was an expert on Expert Live with the Wiggle Wiggle song. I know.
It's not satire and I know it.
I know it. It's not satire and everybody knows it. Mama Cat gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den, all 5 of you. We put bitches in jail. So giddy up. Court and Wit gifted 10 Megan Fox memberships. Holy cow, 10 of you. You better say thank you to Court and Wit for that membership. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird here, but we're putting bitches in jail, so it's fun. Doubting Tom, thanks to the 5. The puppet accounts are her alternate personalities 1 through 5. It's the only way she has to coordinate her activities amongst them all. That's funny. That would be a hilarious, like 2025 way to keep track of all your alts. Sending each other emails. That's funny. That sounds like something that the kids on TikTok would do. Frankie3131, thanks for the $30 breadstick money so we can rumble. Oh, we're going to rumble. We're going to rumble, Frankie. You want to rumble? We're getting there. Dan Davis, thanks for the 2. Megan, Auntie Bev is as bad as Judge Grudge. OMG. Oh, she may be worse. The sighing today, I thought it was the witness. Oh, no. It was Bev. She sounded like this, like a zombie rising from the grave. That's what she sounded like into the microphone the entire time that witness was speaking. It was the craziest thing you ever heard. Go back and listen if you missed the Karen Reed trial today. It was ridiculous. Shelly Simmons, thanks for the 2. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5. I wonder if her 6 to 7 previous subscribers were her other accounts. I skipped Starbucks for this. You're both worth it. Well, thank you. Starbucks isn't that great anyway. Really, go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's cheaper. Mama Cat member for 4 months. Tinfoil hat locked and loaded. Make sure you keep that thing handy. You're going to need it. Mama Bear Lee, thanks for the Canadian 5. Does a super tip chat still come up here? I might have sent the same thing 3 times. Yeah, I think you did. And it does come up. It doesn't come up in YouTube. It comes up for me on my super tip panel. So if you send it 1 time, that is sufficient. Don't worry. It will be there. Donna Shepard, thanks to the 5, wanted to do a super tip, but won't accept Google Pay. So here's my coffee money. Keep up the great work. Megan and Tug. Also, happy birthday, Johnny Depp. Is it Johnny Depp's birthday today? Well, you should know, Tug. You're like his best friend. Apparently.
Yeah, we hang out and stuff.
Did you call him to say hi? Did you sing your song?
Yeah, we hang out like that.
How did it sound when you sang it to him?
I sang it sexy. I was like, happy birthday, Mr. Actor. Happy birthday, Mr. Pirate. Yeah, it was so great.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Did Adam Waldman conference in? Did you guys have a?
Yeah. That's we all hung out today. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Tug's kind of a big deal.
You know what's funny though? I mean, with Depp, I went back. I was looking at the timeline for all the Me Too craziness. Right, the first person to actually win against all of that was Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush was he was accused. He had he ended up getting like almost 500,000, or I can't remember if 1,000 or million. I'd have to look at the settlement again, but he ends up no, it's my bad. It was 500 million almost that he got from one of the Murdoch owned. It was the Daily Telegraph. He ended up suing, and he won big time because they put out some crazy shit about him, during, I think it was in 2018.
I don't think I remember this story.
Yeah, he got very little coverage, though, because it didn't go with the social narrative, and it wasn't televised. The Depp case was televised. And when when people saw what accusation versus reality, because you imagine that case, if you would have just read that case, how would it look? You see the same thing in what we're covering right now. Look at how they describe Lynette Preston when they talk about her. She's indigent. She is this and that.
Elderly, disabled.
And then look at her videos, the ones they want you to, they want to shut down and they don't want you to talk about.
That's why he hates that deposition so much, because it shows her as an unhinged lunatic. Instead of a poor, elderly, disabled woman, you can't deny that she's hostile, aggressive, nasty,
I mean, crazy.
Yeah, you can't deny it. That's why they hate it that we play it. That's why they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to know who she is. They don't want you to hear her own words.
You are not a nice person.
Oh God. All right. So happy birthday, Johnny Depp. We love you, and Captain Jack is the best. Just one person's opinion. Thanks for the 20 last Thursdays. 2L's lips really dominated the show. So much so you can tell others were uncomfortable with her antics and content suggestions. She made some weird comment regarding Jewish tribes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, when you invite in Unhinged, you get what you ask for. That's all I can say to that. Maybe now you know why I didn't respond to her email, or Bruce's for that matter. Wrangler Girl, thanks for the 2. My first installment for Decoder Ring. LOL. SM is shaking my head crazy. Oh, yeah. This whole thing has been crazy. Red Rose and 39. Megan. Oh, yeah. I already got to this one. I started so I wouldn't forget, but make sure Red Rose and 39 to email me, meganfox.writer@protonmail.com. I'll help you with your sweatshirt problem. John Baker, thanks for the 2. In a world of sloths, Bruce is slow. And Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Megan, did you see my email about LP not responding? I did not. Did we hit a deadline? Are we on a deadline week?
Wait, what was it? I'm sorry.
Max Lab says he sent us an email about Lynette failing to respond on Fed 2. Let's see.
I'll have to look.
Hold on. This was today. I have it here. It was at 6:30 this evening. Let's see. It says order number 43 and 44, motion for extension.
Yeah, they put in another freaking expansion.
Another one? No. Yeah. That was on 5/19. Oh, plaintiff's amended complaint due by 6/9. That's today. Well, and it hasn't. What he's saying is it hasn't hit the docket. So I'm sure she'll ask for another extension, and I'm sure we'll give it to her.
They're going to give another.
Oh yeah,
they'll
give it to her.
They're asking for it. We've got. There was also another thing today I'm meant to bring up as well. We had an extension that was brought in for. So Randy asked.
It was
for extension
stipulated
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a stipulated, agreed on extension, so it was not that big of a deal. Randy asked
but I mean, we've got our date on that, so we should have our response to the motion to dismiss for Helm on June 26th by then or before. So, no, again, the Fed case too. It has been ridiculously slow because of all these people that are dodging subpoenas. They are trying their damnedest to not be there. And it's amazing. All these people, they talked a giant game. They were like, I want to get sued. I
want to sue him. I want to sue him. Well, you are suing him. You have a countersuit, I guess. So like, why aren't you raring to go? Like, you're so sure you've got all this evidence and you're going to win. Well, then get in there. Let's go. We're just all sitting around waiting. We're waiting. John Baker, thanks for the 5. Megan, look up bunker branding in Texas, owned by creators like Roman Atwood. Look up bunker branding. Okay, I'll look it up. Tracy Wilden, they gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den. You know what we're doing in here? We're sending bitches. Where are we sending them again? Where is it?
Right to jail.
Oh,
right
yeah.
Away.
Right to jail. Right away. Get in there. Go. Get your orange jumpsuit. Jesus Azabal, thanks for the Aussie $2 super sticker. I appreciate you. And Mama Bear Leah, thanks for the Canadian 2. Super Tips wasn't working. Probably got mine 3 times. Well, oh well. Buck Naked, thanks for the 20. Paying a toll for them since they won't send super chats while stirring the pot. Well, that's okay because we don't acknowledge them unless they do send the super chats. So that's the best way to get them. Just ignore them until they pay to have themselves heard. Used to be younger. Thanks for the 2. Megan, check line 5 on 3 of her court filings. What? Wait, you mean the page Tug had up? Line 5? I'm not sure. Is there something on line 5 of that court filing thing?
I have no idea. I'll go back and look.
Okay. Tracy Wilden, thanks for the £5. Lips can't dance with them lips. She'll trip over them. Oh, good God. And we're about to go to Rumble. You're going to get to see that. You're going to get to see Lips dancing. And there's a dance off between her and an inflatable dummy. And to see which one, who does it better.
Pending. It's a name change. That's what 9-5 was.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
Copperwise, thanks for the 2. Did that say participating in what the Hales? You know what? This was a while ago, and I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure which.
P Bear and M Bear, thanks to the two. I have my tinfoil hat on my Muppet Bear. Oh my God, look at the icon. Oh my gosh. That is the funniest thing ever. Please keep that icon forever. I love tinfoil hat bear. That's great. Andre, your favorite French Canadian Muppet. Thanks for the Canadian 5. I love the team.
Oh, you sent that, Andre. That it very much looks great.
He's taking credit for the baboon backside picture.
It probably was, to be honest. It probably
he says, I thought it was Lips' twin when I saw it. I don't get why women do this. I don't get why they inject this.
Because they're afraid of aging, and they're told that they will look beautiful afterwards. And it's a sad reality. It's a sad reality that we can't feel good about ourselves and just be happy in our own skin.
Well, I will admit I have trouble aging. I don't like it. I like nothing about it. And I really hate the wrinkly neck skin. I feel like I could deal with all the rest of it if I didn't have to deal with this wrinkly neck skin. The turkey neck really bothers me. And I never would have guessed that would be the thing that bothers me. Isn't that funny? Like I would have thought it would be something else. And that's the one thing that really gets on my nerves. And you know what's funny is that my Grammy, who lived to be 99, she hated hers too. She used to complain about it all the time. And there's all these things. They offer you all these things you can go do. And it's just like a money-making, probably a scam.
It teaches you, though, you can never be happy with the way you are. You can never, and unfortunately, if it gave you whatever back, okay, but it doesn't. That's the problem. You never will get it back. So
no, and it ends up like the men that do it. Like, so there are men, especially politicians and famous men, who do this plastic surgery, and like Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great example. That guy, when men do plastic surgery, they end up looking like old women. And Arnold Schwarzenegger looks like his grandmother. And it's so weird. It's so unfortunate because he was such a good looking man and like so masculine, but the plastic surgery has made him look feminine. And that was it's a real bad look on him. And I'm sad he did it. But again, I have mixed feelings on all of it, because if it makes you feel good and you like it, well, then I guess you should make yourself happy.
You should never. I see. I don't know, because
just don't go overboard. Well, can't you like just do a little? Like, do you have to go so far where it's just unrealistic? And
well, it's like this though. Some people starve themselves because of how they look, and it makes them happy to look at that. When you look at them, you're like, oh my God, I had worked with a woman one time that kept coming in and out of mental health centers because you get her stabilized. Her body dysmorphia was so bad and her eating disorder was so bad that she would get down to almost 80 pounds. And I was like, oh my God, and I don't know what happened with her. Yeah, it was bad. But, you'd be able to bring her in, stabilize her. You finally get her, on her meds, you'd get her eating and everything. Then the insurance companies would come in and be like, oh, she's good to go. She'd go home, and within 5 weeks, bam, she's back. And she would drop so much weight within that. So
that's sad.
It was like clockwork. I watched that happen for 5 years,
That's really sad. There's a YouTuber out there, Eugenie something, who's extremely I can't believe this poor girl is still alive. And it's also very upsetting that YouTube allows her to make content that she makes, because it's just so disturbing, and like it's harmful of just her acting like she's normal when she's starving herself to death. It's just very sad. Very sad. AKA the cat lady, member for 9 months. YouTube is too busy policing language. God forbid someone uses serious words for serious topics instead of grape, SA, DV, etc.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had this complaint for a long time. Like they ignore the really important, scary stuff, and they're all over the stuff that just doesn't matter. Pickled Tink, member for 8 months. Megan, can you please pin a link to Rumble for tonight? Thanks loads. I absolutely will. And for those of you on the replay, I am actually going to put it in the description right now because I forgot to do that. Let me get to the description. Hold, please. Uh-oh, Tug. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, devil, Satan, no.
right, I'm putting it in the description. Rumble exclusive after the YouTube ends here. There it is. Okay, it is now in the description of this video. It is also, I'm dropping it in the chat again. And obviously those of you on Rumble already know where you are, because you are right here where you're supposed to be. You never were anywhere else. So you don't need the link because you're already there. All right. Mr. Coop, thanks for the 2 scented trash bag money for the Muppet Mobster Queen. You know what? I appreciate the $2. I will not spend it on scented trash bags, Mr. Coop. No, I will not.
Yes, it has to be.
Also, I have a question for Mr. Coop about the birds. How do you stand the constant chirping? I like, my mother had birds. My mother had birds when we were young. She loved these finches, and she was so excited because she built them. She had this little nest for them, and she wanted them to mate and have babies. And one day it finally happened. So one day we had all these finch babies in this cage in the living room. And oh my God, these things, they never shut up. It never just tweet, 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 tweet. And Mr. Coop, you must have like birds. I don't know how many birds you have, but when I hear your streams, the chirping is so insane. But it brings back these memories from childhood where I would throw a blanket over the cage because then they would all shut up and go to sleep. And like I just am not a person who could have birds in the house. I think that noise just, and I should be happier and more happy when I hear birds singing. But yeah, no, I'm not.
I don't think I would be. Yeah, me and birds, I don't think we'd, I'd be like, we're going to throw down, bird.
Listen, bird, you shut it. Skipper,
what you talking about, bird?
Quit mean mugging me and tweeting. You're tweeting too much. Skipper Trucking, thanks to the 5. The motoring public is much safer with Megan playing Super Trucker than Megan being an actual Super Trucker. This is true.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's bad when you probably ran over pedestrians in the Google Maps. I was like, can you drive? I didn't know you could drive on the sidewalk in Google Maps.
I wasn't expecting any pedestrians to show up on my trucking stream.
I'm just like on Google Maps. I was like, how did you get on the sidewalk again? I'm not sure. How does that work? I didn't know you could get this view.
Shut up! Like I was doing the best I could. You're a bunch of ingrates. You're riding around in the back seat, just complaining about snacks. You just have no concern for the person who's driving, all you backseat
Unless
drivers.
Dramamine is a snack. No, I was complaining about the lack of.
Well, you're all puking in my back seat. Like that, it's just not okay. That was an epic stream, by the way. Our first tour around Otter Creek. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. Mama Bear Lee, thanks to the Canadian too. Won't watch your prawn. Won't watch that either. Good. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Joseph Willman, I see on YouTube a mom wants her son to give up a YouTube channel and get a job, and the son makes over $20,000 a month. I know this is the mentality of people and YouTube. They're so stuck on it's not a real job. It's not a real job. You could tell them that you made $50,000 a month. They'd still say the same thing. Well,
I mean, you're running into a culture clash there too, and also along with it, you hear, "Hey, why don't you take on a bunch of debt and everything else? Why don't you go to college? Take on all your debt for no reason." You're like, "Hey, you're making more money than you would ever make with that, unless you long term plan to be a doctor or something,
Yeah, I know. It's. To me, I just don't.
I mean, if somebody's dropping, $250,000 a year, they should. They do that for 10 years. They're good. They're golden.
Yeah, that's a really good living. $20,000 a month. Like, why would you say get a real job? That's a real job. AKA the cat lady. Thanks, but it's a hell of a job. Thanks to the 5. How about that kid who was pulling pranks at the mall, and the guy he was harassing, a random delivery man, pulled out a gun.
Oh yeah.
Started shooting. Yeah, those prank channels. I don't let my kids watch those prank channels. Like, I find them so dangerous. Like, pranks are dangerous. Like, if people don't know you're pranking them.
Yeah, I don't want to endorse what happens there, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, something like that was bound to happen. Somebody, you go in. I saw a guy pretending that there was a burglar at ATM, and they pretend to attack one guy, and then a guy who's not in on it, he's standing there getting money, and they come up again. They just randomly attack this other person, like they're being mugged. Well, this rando guy, of course, throws in. He wants to help, and he pummeled the hell out of the dude that was putting the video together. And I thought, well, what did you expect? He's going to happen. You put together a fake robbery.
Oh my God. That's a really dangerous adventure. Like, come on. That's crazy. Yeah. What if you're faking a crime, people are going to react like they're in a crime, a real one.
One of the TikToks that was going around for a while was a guy who would go up to people that, they'd have gang colors on and shit. So you'd be like, okay. But he would go up and he'd say, you want some, things like that. Like, obviously it sounds like he's challenging them. When they would step to him after a minute, he'd be like, no, here, did you want some money? I was just trying to give you something. And I thought, man, you're gonna get hurt that way for real.
Yep. Yeah, I hate those, like when they say, oh, we're doing a social experiment. It's just clickbait. Stop. You're going to hurt people. And like, people are going to get hurt. I don't like the idea of people doing anything for clicks, like that. It gets dangerous. It gets dangerous. Jagger 55, thanks for the 5. Anonymity is a large part of the problem. I do think that some of that is true. But then we've seen in this case, people willing to put their names on their harassing and, gang stalking. And it's incredible to me. I've never seen anything like it.
Anonymity needs to be protected. The problem is that if you strip away anonymity, people will destroy your life over nothing. You see that with politics, especially. Yeah, they'll go after your jobs, businesses, anything. So you need that. But people that are doing that, they need to be able to follow the law. If there's an issue where they're truly breaking the law, they're going in, then you need to be able to do something about that. But at the same time,
law enforcement needs to be able to unmask if they need to.
But they don't even follow it with people that, like police calls that are garbage. I can't even tell you how many times I've dealt with some just absolutely insane shit like that. Some of the
so many YouTubers have dealt with swatting and false CPS calls and like all kinds of stuff. This culture on YouTube of this, trying to take a feud and turn it into a real life emergency is a very bad culture that needs to be stopped. It just does. Naughty Pirate, thanks for the 2. Wooden Spoon Fund. I love your icon. Look at your Muppet. Oh my God. It is the best. Look at it. That is like
cute.
That is so cute. That is like directly out of the Treasure. What was it? Treasure Island, Muppets Treasure Island. Oh my God, it's perfect. Mama Bear Lee, thanks for the Canadian 500% Tug. I've kind of tried to watch Eco 3 times. I just can't handle the twisted death threats on JH and George from across the world. WTF. Yeah, you know what it makes me say?
Indeed.
Sassy Mama C, thanks for the 2. Hey, don't forget what was in Tug's inbox yesterday. I don't know. I'm not in Tug's inbox. Why were you in Tug's inbox?
What was in my inbox?
I don't know. Something yesterday. Cynic and Chief, thanks for the 2. Need a dancing baby squid to go with the music. Yeah, true. Baby squid loves that music. Cynic and Chief, thanks for the 2. Get an AeroPress plus Shul and make coffee at home. I have a Keurig. I think it's okay. Death's Angel, thanks for the 5. I ordered a sweatshirt. 1228. Still don't have my Legal Vices sweatshirt. Oh no, really? It's Teespring, Death's Angel. Contact Teespring. Contact them. Make them either refund or give you updates on where the heck it is. We've got to get out of Teespring. Seneca Chief, thanks for the 2. Who will ship stuff first, Teespring or Fleesa? Have you seen the people
Oh my
in your
God, I
chat
have. Yeah.
who are like, "Where's my stuff?"
Actually,
Where's my stuff?
there's another crazy situation that I'm exploring that attaches to another channel. That these people are selling things at best when they do arrive. Well, let's just say some people are very happy with what they receive, because some of this stuff, when we joked around about it being like Temu level, no, some of it is just absolute junk. This is scam level bullshit, like some of these ecosystem folks have done. I'm not tagging it to one party yet, because I want to really bring it there, because this is that's a serious accusation, and I'm going to bring some serious
There were
proof
a
with
bunch of people in her chat the other night asking where their stuff was.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mama Bear Leah, thanks for the Canadian too. Best 3-time screw up ever. It was. It really was. It was worth every single torturous moment. It really was. Mama Bear Leah, thanks for the Canadian too. I'm cut off. Night. Yeah, no more super chats for you. You're cut off. John Keller, thanks for the 2. I live with a bird and he just called me a bitch. But wait, did he sing it? Did he sing it?
Bird.
Mr. Coop says they aren't that bad. I have 2, one sub-conner and a Quaker. Most of the time they are quiet. Oh, you lie. Sir, you lie. You have at least 150 birds in your house.
5,000 birdies.
There is no way that 2 birds make all that racket. No freaking way. And they are not mostly quiet. They're all, what, do they only sing when you're on stream then? Is that when they sing? Because I hear them. Choop, 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 choop,
So like, this is the perfect time.
Yeah, like they're quiet all day long, and then he goes live, and they're like,
they get together. They're like, by Jove, this is the moment.
this is our moment. You are lying, Coop. You are lying. You have at least 500 birds in that house. There's no way that's 2 birds. Death's Angel, member for 13 months. I have sent 23 messages. Sent a new one today. Hugs and love to everyone. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. You sent them to Teespring. Not to me, right? Because I don't do Jeff's Teespring. But if you sent and Teespring's not responding, that's really upsetting, and I'm really sorry. I guess you could go to your bank and request a refund because you never got it.
However, you can say, this was a scam. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Sassy Mama C said it was something you were going to talk about today. Something that was in your inbox that we were going to talk about today.
I don't remember.
Tug has ADD. He doesn't want to admit it, but he does. He has
no, part of it's his meds and stuff too, man. My memory is shot. So happened yesterday. I've got like notes for tomorrow that I've had to write out. Plus, Megan can tell it like the amount, the just sheer volume of stuff I've been crazy. Juggling. Yeah, it's crazy. Like between the court documents that we see, interviews, and I mean just everything. It is an insane amount of stuff. Usually in a case, you're dealing with 1 or 2 parties. Like you're looking at maybe, if you watch the crazy people out there, you're dealing with some online posts, maybe a little bit of shenanigans behind the scenes, but you're not juggling this many parties and this much insanity. So yeah, I don't remember write me and tell me. I don't remember. If nothing else, I'll put it in for tomorrow.
All right, well, it's that time, folks. We are headed over to Rumble. If you are in the replay, you can look in the description for the Rumble link. If you are not on the replay and you are here with us live, I have just dropped the link in the chat. I'm going to pin it to the top. Excuse me. I'm going to pin it to the top. And you can join us over there on Rumble. We are going over there to a Rumble exclusive. Thank you to all of you on YouTube who sent super chats and super tips. Why is StreamYard not working? Okay, there we go. We are headed over to Rumble. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's